With the biggest wrestling pay-per-view of the year only 31 days away, and having just 4 matches confirmed, the rumour mill is going wild with supposed returns, matches, and even cancellations. Join us as we take a look at 10 early WrestleMania 34 rumours you need to know. Number 10. No plans for Bayley. Recently, it appears that even though WWE is getting closer and closer to a Sasha Banks heel turn, specifically against her longtime pal Bayley, they've teased it numerous times only to hesitate pulling the trigger. Any wrestling fan would know the WWE would save its biggest swerves in time for its biggest show, and with 31 days left, there is still time to fit this feud in. However, even though the feud is anticipated by many, Bayley recently told NewsHub she isn't sure the feud should take place at Mania. Whatever it takes is what we are all willing to do, but I just don't know if there's enough room for us to give that match the time it deserves. But we have a really good connection to the point that anytime we can tell that story, we would be able to. With Bayley unsure of her place on the card, perhaps she could be inserted into the match that's rumoured ahead. Number 9. Goldberg winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Bryan Alvarez recently reported via the Wrestling Observer that the annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will be cancelled and replaced with a women's match. He went on to report if a women's match is replacing the Battle Royal, there's a chance it will be a memorial match dedicated to either Mae Young or the Fabulous Moolah. Oddly, the idea to cancel the Battle Royal comes at a time where the WWE is pushing the Andre the Giant HBO special, which is expected to air on the 10th of April. Since they are pushing this special, it doesn't seem realistic that the WWE would scrap a match that pays tribute to the Giant. With that in mind, the WWE could do the opposite and promote the Battle Royal, placing it higher on the card, and there's a big rumour to suggest why. Earlier this year, WWE confirmed Bill Goldberg will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018, and rumours have surfaced the former Universal Champion will enter the Battle Royal and win it. Since past winners have proved a decent push is unlikely, and the only commemoration is winning a trophy, having a WWE legend winning might make more sense. Number 8. Alberto Del Rio returning for Mania. There have been many talks of Alberto Del Rio returning to WWE after reports surfaced that he was at the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut last week and met with Vince McMahon. This came as a shock after Del Rio has been extremely vocal against WWE, especially Triple H. Del Rio's Impact Wrestling contract is expiring soon, making him a free agent again. However, before we get our hopes up for a Mania return, AAA made an announcement during a press conference for their Triple Mania event, stating Alberto El Patron will be wrestling another international luchador at the show, which takes place on August 25th. Now, it's important to note that this deal has been reported to be a one-off, and he's not returning on a regular basis with the promotion. So even though he's contracted to appear at Triple Mania, this shouldn't scrap the idea that he's unable to appear at WrestleMania, as Rey Mysterio came back as a one-off with the WWE at the Royal Rumble, so can Del Rio do the same? Number 7. 2 Hall of Fame induction rumours. Whilst it's not a WrestleMania 34 rumour as such, the WWE's annual Hall of Fame ceremony ties in with the whole WrestleMania spectacle. WWE shocked the wrestling world when it announced the man who Vince McMahon publicly fired on WWE television in 2001, Jeff Jarrett, was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But whilst Goldberg, the Dudley Boys, Ivory, Hillbilly Jim, and the recipient of the Warrior Award have all been confirmed, there still remains a spot or two for other inductees to be named. Dave Meltzer mentioned an early list of rumoured names, which included Bam Bam Bigelow to be added to the list of wrestling legends, and Kid Rock to be added to the celebrity wing. Bigelow, in our opinion, is a long overdue choice, but aside from pay-per-view themes and his performance at WrestleMania 25, we assumed we'd see quote-unquote WWE's favourite band Limp Bizkit in the Hall of Fame before his induction. Number 6. A rumoured shake-up after WrestleMania 34. It shouldn't be a surprise that after WrestleMania, viewers and ticket sales tend to take a big hit, So in order to keep fans interested, the WWE have announced they have done away with the brand split pay-per-views, and from Backlash onwards, you'll be getting the best of both brands on pay-per-view. Even though the pay-per-views will be dual branded, rumours have surfaced of a superstar shakeup. Twitter user @ProWrestlingMag found a graphic of superstars that are rumoured to switch brands. The move could certainly start more anticipating feuds. However, the idea of AJ Styles moving to Raw could suggest he might drop the title to Nakamura at Mania, as he's currently the World Heavyweight Champion and the belt is reserved for SmackDown Live. Number 5. Braun Strowman vs Brock Lesnar? Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio reports that there is much concern over the main event of Roman Reigns vs Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania in light of the recent accusations. Meltzer said that the WWE is leaving Braun Strowman's WrestleMania schedule open as a bit of an insurance policy. I don't know if they're going to go with Strowman and Reigns with Brock Lesnar, but if something happens with Lesnar, obviously Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman is the only match that you could put in that spot. If something happens with Roman Reigns, and something still could, Strowman is also the only guy you could put in that spot as well. There is concern about Roman Reigns for sure, but right now the idea is that he's the main event at WrestleMania. There is a Braun Strowman backup plan clearly in place. Since the announcement of the match, wrestling fans have been vocal of Reigns' push, calling the match to be entirely predictable. The replacement could add better hype to a predictable main event, as Strowman's push is clearly long overdue. Number 4. John Cena vs The Undertaker. We've covered the likelihood of this match for a number of weeks, yet still, we don't have a true answer on whether The Undertaker will be fit enough to wrestle at the Showcase of Immortals. Hints have been dropped by both John Cena on WWE programming and The Undertaker on social media that he's preparing for a return and presumably his last match. Cena has spoken about wanting to wrestle Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio, but these are as likely as The Undertaker returning full time. Nevertheless, Cena wants to be a part of WrestleMania, and it seems Fastlane is really going to be the decider. Number 3. Jeff Hardy returning? Jeff Hardy has been out of action since suffering a torn rotator cuff in September. He underwent surgery in Alabama during the first week of October and almost immediately began what WWE called a tough physical rehab. There was talk at the time of Hardy being out of action for 6 to 9 months, and other wrestlers have been out for 7 months with similar injuries. WWE sources expect Hardy to be out until May 2018. However, Pro Wrestling Sheet has learned Jeff Hardy is ready to return to action after getting the green light from his surgeon, and now he's just waiting on clearance from WWE. Since Matt Hardy is in full deletion mode, and it's certain he'll be facing Bray Wyatt at Mania, it doesn't rule out the possibility of Jeff interfering. Number 2. Charlotte vs Asuka. Charlotte has been caught up with the Riot Squad, but during a guest hosting gig on Conversations with Maria Menounos, Flair revealed who she wants to wrestle in New Orleans. "I want to wrestle Asuka. I want to break her streak. We've never faced each other. Never been in a multi-women match. I feel her coming from Japan and having her own legacy, and coming from a completely different culture, and then my background. I think it's definitely a WrestleMania moment. So that's who I would like to face." WWE recently posted a poll on their website asking the fans to vote on who they would like to see the Empress of Tomorrow use her Women's Royal Rumble win to challenge at WrestleMania 34. The options were Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, or the SmackDown Women's Champion Challenger Ruby Riott. Currently, SmackDown Women's Champion is winning the poll. Could we therefore see this amazing match at WrestleMania? And number 1. Brock Lesnar is leaving after WrestleMania. As we've explained in previous videos, Brock Lesnar's WWE contract expires straight after WrestleMania, with no word on him re-signing with the WWE. Many hints have been dropped on both social media and at WWE live events that Lesnar is on his way out of the WWE and returning to UFC. Just last week, UFC President Dana White sent fans into a frenzy by tweeting a picture of himself with the WWE superstar who was conspicuously sporting a branded t-shirt. Paul Heyman even noted in a recent interview with TMZ, Lesnar is ready for a UFC comeback and will fight in the octagon again. And even at a live event in Chicago, Illinois on the 3rd of March, Heyman introduced Lesnar from the Ultimate Corner, which heightened speculation even more. Well guys, there you have it. 10 early WrestleMania 34 rumors you need to know. Are there any other rumors that you've heard of? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.